Hello and welcome to the new moon in Aries activation. I'm Adrienne Elise. Thank you so much for joining me on this powerful new moon in Aries. Aries is about the new, the beginning, the very first cardinal sign, the beginning of the new in the astrological spring. Not only that, but we have a new moon in Aries and a lot of new energy in this 2017 year of the fire rooster. So today's activation is going to be focusing on this new. And of course, if we're going to look at the new, what's calling us, we have to figure out what it is we really want and how to base our decisions. That's what's going on with this Venus retrograde. So Venus is retrograde. It's an inward journey of what we love, what we care about, what's beautiful to us, what really matters. In the sign of Aries, it's about the spark, the self, the new beginnings. So what really matters to the core essential self of who we really are. So we are going through a huge revolution, especially with this Jupiter triggering the Pluto-Uranus square and Mercury coming up on Uranus. Mercury, the messenger, bringing the clarity, the messages, what we need to know in everyday real life, what needs to be translated. So Mercury represents the scribe. It's like, what is essential and what do we really need to know? And Mercury is coming up on Uranus, triggering that Pluto-Uranus square. So what this really means is we've got the sun and the moon for this new moon in Aries. We've got Mercury in Aries right there with Uranus in Aries. And we've also got Venus retrograde in Aries. So what an amazingly powerful time. And I'm so honored to be here with you right now as we can set our course into this new revolution of the self. Set our course in the future of what really, really matters. So a new moon is when you set your course. Spring equinox this last week is when you set your course and all of this Aries energy. So we have 5 planets in Aries and Saturn in Sagittarius, meaning 6 planets in fire signs all together. And with 5 planets in Aries, the cardinal fire sign. So fire is action. Let's do it. I want it now. And the cardinal signs are the beginners, the initiators. So Aries is the initiation, action into spring, into the new. And so it's just a super dynamic time right now to leap off into the new. Now, this energy is going to be changing, rearranging, questioning what's going on with this Mercury. Mercury is getting ready for a retrograde in April 9th. So that's about 2 weeks away. So if you can use this next 2 weeks, the full moon is on the 11th, so that'll be 2 weeks away. So it's like about 10 days to 2 weeks, this next energy of leaping off into the new, of taking this dynamic activation of the Pluto-Uranus square. That's not a square right now, it's a T-square with Jupiter involved, but with Vesta, our asteroid planet of our higher service, our deeper, passionate connection to what we really care about. So what a profound energy with Venus, what we love and care about, retrograde. So it's an internal journey about what we love and care about. But then a T-square made into a Grand Cross by Vesta in Cancer. And Vesta is our higher purpose. So it's what we really care about and how that can serve the world. And so with all of these planets lining up like this, it's not just this revolution of the self, of this Venus retrograde in Aries, new moon, equinox, let's jump into the new Aries energy, year of the fire rooster. It's about how can that serve the greater whole? And that is what's really in alignment with the true essence of the true self. So Aries is known as a rather selfish sign because it's about the self. It's about what I need. But with Venus there, it softens this whole thing. And with Vesta and Cancer being such a nurturing sign, the sign of home, family, planet Earth. And so it's like, how can I soften and nurture myself into my true path? So what's being called on right now is a deep revolution in our ability to stand up for the truth of who we really are and what really matters to us, not in the selfish energy of Aries and only about me, but about how can I serve the greater whole by getting on my path. So the energy of this time right now is the new age, the Aquarian age, but how can I reach up above what's been true for me? What is my reality? What path I thought I was on? How can I reach above all of that into the higher scene of how to really get to where I want to go? So Mercury the messenger is incredibly activated right now, giving us these messages, wanting to give us the stars right now. The last 4 or 5 years of astrology has been like, grinding it home, making it, dealing with reality, dealing with our shadow, having to face the past and the patterns that weren't serving us. And now it's about getting information about how to move forward, and super, super potent. So more of the energy in 2017 than we have had in the last 4, 5, 6 years is on the future, finally. But, anytime you're going to leap off into a new and unknown, what you didn't think it was going to be like, or what you didn't think you wanted, or what you thought you wanted isn't quite right, you've got to reconcile the past. And so this is the incredibly potent path that Venus is taking in this retrograde right now, taking us back into those painful patterns of the past, just enough to know that those don't need to dictate our future anymore. And this is a beautiful play out of the stars in the sky, because Venus, what we care about, what we love, in retrograde, a deep internal journey of what's really important to us, aligning that with our higher path and having that strength of the warrior self of Aries to be able to move forward. But just as Venus is going retrograde at the beginning of April, on April 1st, it moves back into Pisces. So the most potent thing this week in astrology, besides the Venus retrograde and the new moon and all that, is that right before the new moon, Venus and the sun come together. Now the sun is the illuminator. It's like bringing light to whatever and clarity to whatever it hits. So in this Aries sun conjunction, we're having an opportunity to have that bright light, the spotlight shown on what it is we really want. But Venus is moving backwards. Venus sun conjunction means that Venus has become now hidden and goes into it was an evening star, goes behind the sun, now is going to be a morning star. So it's Venus's journey into the underworld, into the mysteries, into the depths. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm getting a revolutionary shift and change in what really makes me happy, what I really love, what I really want. But in order to have that shift, I've got to go deep back into the underworld, back into the Pisces energy, which is triggering all the Scorpio, death and rebirth, the Pluto and Capricorn right now in that powerful T-square, and letting go of the old that's keeping us from leading into that future. Because Venus in its retrograde is going back into Pisces, and then just as it turns direct, it's going to hang out. When it goes to turn direct, Venus slows down. And as it's doing that, it's right at Chiron in Pisces, the wounded healer. So it's like this whole journey back into reevaluating. So Venus retrograde is about reevaluating what really matters to us. And this journey into the backwater, into the Pisces, into the collective consciousness, into the mess that we're all trying to free ourselves from. This is bringing clarity to what it is that's keeping you from leaping forward into that future, that most amazing future, which is in alignment with your highest self, which is in alignment with you, what you really care about, what you really love, and it's in alignment with your higher path of service. So all that's in alignment, except for the patterns, the conditioning, the way we've always done things, the messed up relationships, and the codependent situations, not being able to stand up for ourselves. All that is having a bloom for us to be able to figure out how to move forward. So that bloom is being clarified right now by Mercury, powerful Mercury, the messenger. Mercury is the scribe bringing the messages home to what we can really understand, going out into the world of the stars, going deep into the underworld, and bringing back the information we need to deal with present time right now. So Venus is in retrograde, reevaluating, what do I really want? What do I really care about? All that's going on. And then Mercury, the messenger, is coming up exactly with Uranus. Now, what that means is Uranus and Aries, Mercury, the sun, the moon, Venus, and Mercury, and in Uranus, all in Aries. And with Mercury coming up with this Uranus, it's saying, now it's time to get clear. It's not just time to get clear, it's time to have revolutionary, unexpected information come into your reality in order to leave behind the past and leap forward into the future. Because Mercury coming up with Uranus and Aries, first of all, it's bringing all this Uranus and Aries energy, a revolution of the self. You know what? It's about me now. I'm ready to stand up for me. Because if I live a more enlightened, enchanted, true to myself, magical life, that's what's going to really help the world. That's the true path of service. And so basically, as I am gathering this information, it's showing me where to leave the past behind and where I can now move into the future. Because Uranus, Mercury, it's not just Mercury coming up with Uranus. Right before it comes up with Uranus, it squares Pluto and opposes Jupiter. And then Jupiter in Libra comes to an exact square with Pluto. And so we have a T, not just the T square between Pluto, Uranus, and Jupiter now, but Vesta, asteroid Vesta, which is calling us in Cancer to a higher path of service to the earth, service to security on the earth, a new level of security, service, bringing our greatest gifts that are uncovered in that Chiron energy of Venus going back to Chiron, uncovering our gifts and putting us on that track, higher service. So the Pluto-Uranus square, revolutionary change, breakdown of structures in our life that are no longer serving. Then we've got Jupiter in the mix this year, and Jupiter is expanding and growing and amplifying this revolutionary change and breakdown, but it's in the sign of relationships, harmony, coming together and finding solutions that work for everyone. Then we've got Vesta opposing Pluto. Pluto is in that energy of Capricorn, our structures, the rules. This is how we always do things. But Pluto is like power and breakdown, death and rebirth, and money. So we're changing all of our belief systems and our structures around money. And what's opposing that right now? What's making this square that became a T square that's now a grand cross in the sky in cardinal signs? The cardinal signs are the starters, the movers, the initiators, is Vesta, this deep inner flame of our higher purpose, of not just our higher purpose and our soul essence, but our higher purpose as it best serves humanity as we move into this Aquarian age. So take heart right now that the changes, the realizations, the shifts in your life that are happening, the unexpected information and revaluation, recapitulation of this Venus retrograde all has to do with what's going to be most satisfying for you, the planet, and humanity. So what you really deeply love, and you can break this down, what we'll do in the activation is looking at aligning with this deep path of service. That's what you enjoyed playing as a child the most. That's going to give you clues to the higher path of service. Not only that, where Chiron is in your chart, Chiron's the wounded healer, but underneath those wounds are your greatest gifts. So your joy, your deepest joy from childhood, your greatest gifts in this lifetime, and this Venus retrograde, what you really care about, and what you enjoy most as an adult. Those factors are going to help you rearrange and make decisions based on what you really want and really care about. Sometimes we think we want this thing and we get the manifested idea of this thing that we want attached. We attach to that, and it's only can be that way. But what Venus retrograde, Mercury triggering this Pluto-Uranus square Grand Cross Vesta craziness going on in the sky is about, no. This shift, this change is about what you really care about, what you're best at, what you came here to do, your destiny, all lined up with what serves you the best, your joy, your love, your beauty. Venus is about joy and love. That's where we find out what we really care about. And we can translate that into our higher service. So what's bringing this all full circle right now is the fact that Mercury, as it's trine Uranus, is actually making a triangle energy with a very harmonious energy with Saturn in Sagittarius. Now, Saturn has been in quite a long sojourn for the last year and a half, 2 years in Sagittarius. But now, right now, it's at 27 degrees Sagittarius, which is right on top of what they call the galactic center, this huge black hole of energy. We don't know exactly what it means, but the feeling of it in astrology is being pummeled into your destiny, just being pulled magnetically into your destiny. And what is your destiny? The stars are saying right now, it's what you really care about. It's what you really love. It's your greatest gifts brought to higher service. So if you can really tap into this energy right now, it's about getting on your most fulfilling path. Making the changes in your life right now, an intention to have the strength and the courage, the warrior self in this next 2 weeks before Mercury turns retrograde, to commit to the changes that are going to get you on the higher path and saying, I surrender. The stars are lining up in such a way that there is no more fight in trying to hold on to the old, trying to convince yourself that the way you thought it was going to be is the best way, because everything's breaking down, everything's up for review, and it's a recapitulation, reimagination, a reinvention of yourself with all these planets in Aries, the sign of the self, and what that means in bringing forward your gifts and your most satisfying expression on planet Earth in this time. So let's go ahead and take this moment to move into the activation, move into this guided meditation, tapping into all of these factors. We've got Saturn making it real on the moment of destiny. Saturn takes 29 years to go through the zodiac. So it's been 29 years since Saturn has been on this galactic point, this magnetic point of destiny. So Mercury is making this harmonious aspect, even though it's triggering this powerful Pluto-Uranus square, what needs to break down, what revolution you need in your life, how to get on your path. It's all lining up with your destiny. So whatever's happening right now, if you can surrender into the process and allow yourself to align in your deepest being with what you love, what you really care about, trust that your life is recapitulating into a new form, a new structure that is in alignment with your highest destiny, with this alignment with your higher sense of purpose, which is an alignment with what you really love. So at the core energy here, the structures that are breaking down, that Pluto and Capricorn that's being so triggered by an exact square with Uranus, an exact square with Mercury, is saying that the structures that need to be broken down are around the way we thought things need to be done, and around what we thought we really wanted, and around that what we thought our higher path is would take some sort of sacrifice. Okay, so the alignment that's happening right now in the stars is saying what you really love, what you really want, what you played as a child, what gives you most joy in this life right now is your path of higher service. They're one and the same. There's no sacrifice required. There's no proving yourself. There's no accommodating to conformity in what the world wants in order to do your path. Your path is your individual expression in a unique way nobody else can do, that's in a path of higher service for the earth. So let's just take this opportunity and this activation, this new. We just had the spring equinox, the vernal equinox, the rebirth of the astrological cycle, the spring in the northern hemisphere. And just a few days later, this powerful new moon in Aries with 5 planets in Aries and Saturn in Sagittarius, bringing 6 planets into fire signs, and a Grand Cardinal Cross happening, saying, get it together. The cardinal signs are saying, let's take some action. Let's do something. Let's move forward. We are leaping off into the new that's way, way, way more resonant and alignment with the truth of who you really are. The problem is that you maybe didn't know who you really are, or you didn't know what you really cared about, or what you really love. And so this Venus retrograde can feel a little disconcerting. Things are completely rearranging. The old structure is old, but it's a structure. When you get rid of the old structure, you feel a little bit unsettled and like, where's the ground underneath my feet? So a lot of people are going through that right now. It's really important just to know that this is a massive transition period, aligning you with that higher destiny. That's also what you love. It requires no sacrifice besides the sacrifice of the way this world has told you it needed to be done, or the sacrifice of making other people happy before yourself. Aries is a warrior. Venus is the goddess and the feminine. So we are being asked to stand up for the most vulnerable parts of ourselves in order to make this transition. So let's just begin to tap into this energy. Let's go ahead and arrive here in this now moment, taking a few deep breaths. All of these planets in fire is bringing this kind of dynamic, fiery, potent energy of that leaping off into the new age, the new year, the new self, the new you, what you really care about. You're ready to reorganize your life according to what really matters to you. And a powerful turning point at this point in time for you, each individual on planet Earth. So go ahead and take a few deep breaths and just allow yourself to arrive right here in this now moment. And just let yourself leave behind all your concerns and worries the past or the future, giving yourself this moment to come within, to arrive. All of your worries and cares will be there when you get back, but for right now, just leave it all aside, coming into this now moment, giving yourself this opportunity to have this Aries goddess warrior awakening within yourself. Now you have the power and the strength to stand up for what really matters. Not what's sacrifice, not what's codependently caring for others, not what's going to get you the material gain you thought you wanted. No, this is when we stand up for what we truly believe, what we truly need, what we truly love, what we truly care about. And within that is our path of higher service that is in that compassionate service for the earth, all her inhabitants. So today's activation is going to be about tapping into that most amazing future, finding the energy that might need to be cleared, the conditioning, the belief systems that are no longer serving you as you leap off into the new, and coming into this higher awareness of the group of souls, powerful indigo and crystal generation souls that are being activated in this process right now, and tapping in to this amazing collective energy as we all examine our woundedness, to uncover our gifts, find out what we really care about, be able to make those decisions about moving into the future based on a new reality. And this last 4, 5, 6 years have been about basing decisions on the old reality. So just taking a few deep breaths and bringing yourself right here, right now. Part of the power in moving into the new is being available to the moment, right here, right now. Just bringing yourself completely present into this Aries new moon energy. It's an energy of fire, of potential, of waiting to be heard, waiting to be expressed. Just taking a few deep breaths. I'd like you to bring your attention into the area of your heart, with Venus being so prominent right now in this internal journey. We're going to get in touch with your heart as an intelligent mechanism, smarter than the brain. Go ahead and just bring your awareness from your head, dropping with gravity into the area of your throat, feeling the narrowness around you. As again, you drop your consciousness with gravity, just letting it fall deep into the heart, arriving just behind the physical heart, and feel yourself being pulled into the vortex, the energetic vortex that is created by the physical and electromagnetic energies of the heart. Just feel yourself pulled into this vortex. And just taking a few deep breaths, feeling yourself leave everything behind, taking this moment to align with your path, your service, your truth, what really matters to you. Just feel yourself being pulled deeper and deeper into the portal of the heart, into all of the chambers, one by one, the 7 chambers, and into the narrower and narrower space, into the tiny space of the heart. This is the place outside of polarity, still point, and just feel yourself arrive in this deep peace moment. And feel that in this moment, in this time, in this space, you have everything that you need. It's much easier to recalibrate towards your future when you feel like you can be in the present. Feel yourself a part of everything. The center of you is the center of the galaxy, the center of the universe, the center of every single molecule, and the center of the earth. Go ahead and arrive there in still point. Notice that what really matters here is life itself. The experience of living. What if that is your true self-purpose? To fully live and experience life. Some say in cosmology, we are the eyes and the ears of consciousness of God. We are here to consciously experience the miracle of life. And when you tap into that essence, this flame, this tiny flame igniting in your heart right now, this true desire to live, tap into also the spark of you at conception, your soul spirit diving into this body in this lifetime. And tapping into that higher self, that part of you that was aware as you came into this body in this life. What did you come here for? Why did you go through all you needed to go through to be present on planet Earth here right now? Is there a higher calling of joyful existence, of a path of service, of truly experiencing and living life? What was your ultimate goal as you saw it, just as you came into this existence in this lifetime? This Aries point, the sun has just crossed over at the vernal equinox, and that Venus will be crossing over soon at the end of this month for the second time, and then the third time again. This is about coming out of the primordial potential of creation into actual manifestation. So let's tap into your Aries point right when you were conceived. The energy of you became manifest in this realm. And like you just see yourself as that bright light of potential, as a spark of creation about to be manifest in this world in a physical form. And just tap into your higher knowing. You went through all of that to come here and have this experience for something very specific in your soul path. What is it you want to create, to spark, to ignite, to conceive as a soul in this lifetime on planet Earth? What were you so excited, beyond excited, that brought you through all of the challenges to become a manifested human on planet Earth in this time? Let's go ahead and tap into that spark of creation that is you. This spark of creation wanted to live, express. What do you want to express in this life? Is that what makes life worth living? Just taking a few deep breaths, feel yourself completely arrive in this now moment at the still point within you, the point that is outside of polarity, the spark of creation. And I'd like you to just hold in your mind this energy of your higher self being so excited to come here and have this expression on planet Earth right here, right now. And I'd like you to imagine yourself in front of you, a picture of yourself as a child. And I'd like you to see the most joyful child, even if you didn't have a lot of joy, maybe you had a troubled childhood. There were moments of joy. And what were you doing between the ages of 3 and 7 that gave you the most joy? What were you doing? This is really important to your higher path of service. Except for that child was told that it wasn't important. It was more important to fit in. It was more important to be like your sister and brother. It was more important to be the way your parents wanted you to be. It was more important to fit into society. And I'd like you to go ahead and differentiate this internal flame of desire within you from the desires of all the other people around you between the ages of 3 and 7. Go ahead and imagine just kind of erasing the field around you. I want you to see this child. Imagine the joy, what they really love to do. And just erase all the reactions. Just imagine that they can be in their own world, their own room, in their own permission to express. And you can just erase all judgment, reaction, conformity energy from family and friends and society. Just allow that inner child to have that full expression of what really made that child happy. What you wanted to do again and again and again. This is really important to the higher path of service. When everything comes together in your life, your passion, your gifts, and your desire to serve. So go ahead, and I'd like you to comfort and love and encourage that inner child who was having so much joyful fun in that activity, and understand on a deep level that whatever that activity was about is very important to your higher path of service in this lifetime. What did you most like to do at this age? How old were you? And just go ahead and get in touch, say hello, comfort and support and encourage this inner child. Tell them about their potential that they have and nobody maybe acknowledged. Tell them how cool it is they're willing to go against the grain to express their truth and their gifts. Comfort this inner child and receive an energetic reprogramming through an energy wave. Reprogram to this deep permission to do what you really love. And perhaps that's what you came here for. So what do you love most as an adult or grown up from that childhood place in your daily life right now? What gives you the most joy? Go ahead and allow that to come to mind. This is really important in your path of higher service. The truly satisfying life you're looking for on earth. Just take a few moments to allow yourself to be there. And we're going to look at these points on your timeline. Right here, right now, what gives you the most joy? And as a child, that inner child, what did that inner child love to play? And let's take a leap. With everything that happens, there's a reverberation out to the past and the future. Just imagine that right here, right now, is connected to the past of you receiving the support, admiration, and encouragement as your inner child in a creative capacity. And see that the point you're holding right now holds energy for the future as an adult, receiving the support, the adoration, the recognition, the love, the appreciation for your skills and doing what you're here to do on planet Earth. Just feel this whole full circle coming together of the present, the past, and the future. Breathing into your whole being, this energetic reset, the alignment of what's true in all of your timelines, past, present, future, as well as past life and future lifetimes. Just feel yourself, just receive an energetic wave to come into complete alignment with your higher self and according to your inner child and your most amazing future. Go ahead and receive any images or information about what your life looks like when you're fully embodying this, your gifts, what you really care about, and the path of higher service is reflected on what gave you the most joy as a child and as an adult. And just receive, allowing yourself to just float, be carried along the sea of life, receiving any images or information that might be helpful, and achieving the feeling of deep satisfaction you have committed to in this lifetime. Just taking a few deep breaths, enjoying this deep, peaceful space as you realign with your past and your future, coming into this now moment, deeply satisfied. Just allow yourself this energetic reset of your highest destiny, your path of service to humanity, passionate path of service, what you really love to do as an adult, and what you loved and desired to do as a child, all coming together into deep resonance. It's resetting your timeline of this whole incarnation. Just receive this energetic wave to come into your most optimal timeline of the future. Just taking a few deep breaths, allowing your whole energetic field cell by cell to recalibrate into your potential, permission for potential, your most amazing life, deeply satisfying service, and using your individual gifts for healing and assisting others at the path of higher service. Just taking a few deep breaths, feeling your whole being cell by cell coming into alignment with why you are here on earth. Is it time right now to step on your path? Would you be happy on any level if you did not? Allow yourself to be in this passionate desire for service. Just taking a few deep breaths, feeling the universe and how it would like to support you. And just feel yourself floating. Can you float through life, allowing life to live you? This is the energy of getting on your path. Your path changes, your destiny changes, but the way it feels does not. Just receiving the energy wave to activate your whole being, cell by cell, into the new reality that's based on what really matters to you. Just taking a few deep breaths, beginning to complete your journey, just taking your time, spending as much time as you'd like in that beautiful still point, feeling the alignment of your future karma, your path, your higher destiny, your deep desires for joy, your skills, that area coming together for that most amazing future. Feel yourself own and stand up and desire and claim that future, like the warrior goddess, the Venus retrograde, the warrior goddess within. I deserve this life. I deserve, like everyone deserves, in their birthright, a full expression of being human, and it's nothing to apologize for or to get in the way. Just feel yourself completely at home in your body, surviving. Coming back into your regular everyday awareness, completing your journey as you're ready, receiving this help from your highest guidance, recalibration into this higher path, shooting off into new beginnings, this most satisfying life, way more in alignment with the truth of who you really are. It's all there for you if you can allow. Right here, right now, this energetic reset. And just taking your time, bringing your awareness back into this room, the present time right now, into your body, and wiggling your fingers and toes, coming back in as you can allow, as it is comfortable, staying in this journey as long as you'd like. But if you're ready to come out, go ahead and open your eyes. Coming out of meditation, paying attention to your physical body, coming back home. Thank you so much for joining me in this powerful activation, aligning with our understanding that the true alignment in this world is what you care about. Venus, what really matters. Venus, Chiron, your deepest wounds, but also your gifts. It's what you really care about, your gifts, your alignment with your most amazing life, feeling like you deserve, standing up for it, and understanding that all of that is in alignment with your higher path of service, that where your energy can come forward and help the world. So thank you so much for joining me for this activation, this meditation journey, as we come into alignment with our true self, our most amazing potential, our most amazing future, and our ability to serve the greater whole and the collective. So congratulations on your journey. I hope you'll take me up on a personal intuitive healing session. If you're stuck, if you're wondering where to go, what's your path of higher service? What do you really care about? What are your gifts? Go ahead and feel like you can get on the path and go ahead and book your intuitive healing session with me so we can help you clear what needs to be cleared and align with that higher path of service and know you deserve it and start to create it in your life in this most dynamic, amazing time on planet Earth. So thank you so much for joining me for the activation. I wish you the best. I look forward to next time. I'm Adrienne Elise. You can check out my work or schedule your session, adrienneelise.com. Until next time, namaste.